This is Dr. Allo again, going live here on various platforms. So we're going to be answering a lot of questions about cardiology, weight loss, cholesterol. Those are the most common questions that I get. So those are the ones that I'm going to be trying to answer. So the most important thing, first of all, is to know what this is. This is what we call a lipoprotein. Lipoproteins, I'm thinking the audio is good. The lipoproteins are what carry around cholesterol and transport it to various cells in your body. Now, this is a low density lipoprotein. The inside of it, you carry cholesterol. The yellow is the cholesterol. The turquoise is triglycerides. Some of them have more triglycerides than others, and they're called triglyceride-rich lipoproteins. On the outside of a lipoprotein, we have something that we call a ApoB protein. This is an ApoB protein, the apolipoprotein B, which is what is found inside of, on the surface of, and structurally even all the way through the LDL lipoproteins. And these generally is what tags it or kind of identifies it as a low density lipoprotein. Like imagine you see a car driving towards you from far away, and the car that you see from far away has a blue oval on the front of it. That blue oval on the front of it tells you that it's a Ford. This is what that is. You see this blue oval or this blue protein on it. It tags it as a low density lipoprotein. So that's how you know it is. So a lot of people ask me, how do you lower your cholesterol naturally? So before you go to medications, before you before you tell people, hey, let's put you on this medicine or that medicine, how do you go about getting people to lower their cholesterol naturally? Usually we give people a 3-month window, if they're new, to say, hey, here's how you lower your cholesterol naturally, right? And there's about 11 ways. You can go on my blog, and there's an article. If you go on the links in my description, you will see that there is a way to lower your cholesterol naturally. One of the links on there is how to lower your cholesterol naturally. So number one, you want to reduce saturated fat intake. Without question, the single thing that reduces cholesterol the most is reducing saturated fat intake. If you don't reduce saturated fat intake, you're not going to lower your cholesterol. And it really depends on what diet you're coming from. If you're coming from a diet that has a lot of saturated fat, then yeah, reducing saturated fat intake will absolutely lower your cholesterol. Now, if you're coming from a standard diet, reducing saturated fat will lower your cholesterol, just not as much. Dustin Dale, my good friend, the motivational speaker, says, great to see Dr. Allo, the best doctor around. Thank you for your books on heart health and diets. You are welcome, Dustin. I'm glad you're on here. Go follow Dustin, people. He's fantastic. And he is a great motivational speaker. I'll leave him up again. If you search the motivational speaker pretty much on any platform, you can find him. This is a comment from Cash. He's a good friend as well. He is one of our football players. He caught our 65-yard touchdown yesterday in our championship game and ran it down the sideline for a touchdown. But anyways, back to cholesterol. So number one way to lower your cholesterol is something called lower your LDL cholesterol, is reducing saturated fat intake, without question. That lowers your cholesterol. Number two is eat more like fruits and vegetables. The more fruits and vegetables you eat, the better. Number three would be eat more soluble fibers, more fiber, basically. Get more fiber in your diet. Hello. Hi to the OP, Dr. Allo. Hi to the OP, Dr. Allo. Michelle's saying, hello, Dr. Allo. Hey, Michelle, how are you? The other thing you could do is exercise. Exercise, absolutely, without question, will reduce your cholesterol. Not a lot. It's not like a whopping amount, but definitely it will reduce it a little bit. The next thing you could do would be to get better sleep. Less stress is another one. All of those things definitely are things that can lower your cholesterol. Let me think. What else could we do? So there's a whole article. I posted it earlier on my thing. If you go to drallo.net/links at the bottom there, one of them is 11 ways to lower your cholesterol naturally. It is a is a way to lower your cholesterol naturally with all of the studies, with all of the background information, all of that will be there. Yeah, Zaki, I think this is Zaki. I scored 20 touchdowns. I think you are using your mom's account, buddy. But yeah, you scored 20 touchdowns. This is Cash saying, I am Cash. Yeah, Cash, what's up? Do you play Call of Duty? Yes, I do play Call of Duty. I haven't played it in a long time, but I do. But anyways, yeah, so these are lipoproteins. The way you lower them, if you click on my links below, one of the articles, how to lower your cholesterol naturally. I'll go over them real quickly again, just for those who did not catch it the first time. Number one would be reduce saturated fat intake. Number two would be like quit smoking, more exercise, less stress, more plant sterols and stanols, more fruits and vegetables, get as close to your ideal body weight as possible. Let's see, just stay active in general, pick activities that you like to do and do them. So someone is asking, there's a couple of questions here. One of them is an endopat good enough to diagnose microvascular dysfunction or a cardiac PET scan? So I'm not sure what an endopat is there. Maybe he means like a cardiac MRI, but a cardiac MRI can definitely diagnose certain things, but microvascular dysfunction generally is diagnosed by ruling out all the other things. So that's one way to do it. Another question here from Dustin. What is the best sleep patterns for keeping heart healthy? Does proper sleep impact the heart? Yeah, so absolutely. Proper sleep absolutely impacts your heart function, and it even can change your cholesterol, all kinds of things. We know that without question now. The science and the data all shows that. But definitely affects your cholesterol, your overall fatigue levels, happiness, healthiness, all that kind of stuff. So it definitely does that. If you guys have any questions, drop them below. Obviously, we will try to get to as many of the questions as possible. Now, this is being streamed on multiple platforms. I'm trying it this way now to see how this works. So if you guys are not seeing your questions, that may be why. But anyways, like I said, I am Dr. Allo. I'm a board certified cardiologist, certified personal trainer. Click on all my stuff, the links below to follow me on all different platforms. We will get there and we will do all of these questions. So let me see what other questions we've got. Cholesterol. Here's Janet. Let's see what Janet is saying. Hey, what's up, Zaki? Janet is asking, cholesterol went from 228 to 158, so I needed to go lower. You probably don't need to go lower. What is your LDL cholesterol? Usually your LDL is about 70% of that number. So that would be LDL is about 70% of your total. So if you're at 150 something, you probably are going to be okay. I wouldn't get too worried about it. Cash is asking, do you like MD? Do you like being a doctor? Yeah, I absolutely love being a doctor. I enjoy teaching. I love taking care of patients. I love helping people live longer, happier, and healthier. So yeah, I absolutely love it. But anyways, that's kind of like people always want to see the visuals. These are lipoproteins. This is what kills your arteries from the inside out. These little orangey, yellowy circular balls is what does that. For those of you who don't know, this is what a heart model looks like. This is your heart. It's usually about the size of your fist, and this is about the size of your fist. So that's what those look like. This is a pacemaker. This is a defibrillator. Notice the size difference. This one's a lot bigger. This one's a lot thinner. This is something we call the Micra. This is a very tiny little pacemaker that goes and sits inside your heart. It has these like little hooks. We deploy it in there and it kind of gets stuck in there. This is something we call a loop recorder. If you notice the size difference between the loop recorder and the pacemaker, it's about a 1/8 the size or 1/10 the size. We inject this under your skin. And it monitors your heart rhythm for about 3 years. Lipoprotein little a is another really cool object. There is a lipoprotein similar to the one here, but it has this little thing that we call a kringle that goes around it. The kringle is what makes it a lipoprotein A. Lipoprotein A is way more atherogenic than other forms of lipoprotein. Let's see. Here's another question. This is from PH Shopping, PWH Shopping. Hello, is high ApoB only caused by high LDL? So this is a really good question. We brought this up earlier. This is a LDL. This is a low density lipoprotein. What's inside of it is the cholesterol. The yellow inside here is the cholesterol. So when we're measuring LDL, we're not talking about the protein, the lipoprotein. The lipoprotein is just a carrier molecule to carry the fat in your bloodstream. Fat and water don't mix. Your blood is water, cholesterol is fat. They don't mix. So a lipoprotein, lipid protein, is a lipid molecule that carries around protein. It's a protein that carries around lipids, with the lipids are being the cholesterol on the inside. That's what that is. This blue marker here, this blue marker on the outside that also runs through the inside, is a structural protein called an apolipoprotein B. It's a B100. That's what makes this a B100 protein. That's what we measure when we measure ApoB. It is not caused by high LDL, but they generally run together. LDL and ApoB usually mimic each other. Measuring ApoB, which is this blue molecule, is a way of measuring the like total particle count, like how many of these exist in each deciliter of blood. So that's kind of what that is. So I hope that answers the question. Janet says my LDL is 80.9. Yeah, that's fantastic. That's probably fine. I want mine a little bit lower. The 20th percentile cutoff is around 70-ish, 60 to 70. I usually want that lower. Now, if you've had heart disease and you've had atherosclerosis and you've had a heart attack or a stroke, then yeah, absolutely needs to be way lower. It needs to be under 55. But in your case, if you've had nothing, then right around 60 or 70 is fine. This is a stent. I don't know if you guys can see in here. There's a little metal object in this tube. This is a stent inside here. That's what stents looks like, that we put them in your arteries. This is Zaki. Do popsicles have what happens if your LDL is 19 calories in it? Does that make you fat? Probably not. And the next question is a bunch of hearts. But yeah, no. So if there's any other questions, I'm just testing this out, trying to go live on every single platform all at the same time. It seems like it worked, so maybe we'll do this a little more frequently, a little more often. But definitely this was kind of cool. If you guys don't have any other questions, I'm going to let you guys go. But definitely follow me on all of these different platforms. The link is below. Follow me on all these platforms, and we will try to answer all of your questions. But anyways, thanks for having me. We will continue this. I'll post this obviously on all the various platforms, and you guys can watch it. Oh, PHW Shopping is asking another question. Let's see. Thank you. Lowering my LDL 165 with a statin, lower my ApoB 125. Yeah, so your LDL is extensively high. An LDL cholesterol of above 190 is considered familial hypercholesterolemia. The upper limit of normal for LDL is 100. We want everybody to be under 100. So being at 165 is just insanely high. The only way you can lower that, if you click my links, there's an article on how to lower your cholesterol naturally, reduce saturated fat intake, more fruits, more fiber, more exercise, quit smoking, get as close to your ideal body weight as possible, fruits and vegetables, fiber, soluble fiber, etc. All of that does help. I definitely recommend doing that. But with your numbers at 165, I don't think you're going to get low enough, just unless you're eating like a horrible diet. If you're eating diet that's very high in saturated fat, very high in trans fat, then maybe it may get lower. But if you're coming from a standard American diet, the only way that number is going to get down is literally if we put you on. The only way it's going to go down is with medications, really. So we're going to have to probably put you on something. If you were my patient, I would give you a month or so to try to get it down. I know it's not going to get that much lower, but I would probably put you on Crestor 20 and Zetia 10, and then kind of go from there. Next question. Do you work out? Yes, sir. Carnivore? No, I don't eat carnivore. I did debate America's Carnivore, though. We had a debate, myself and the Carnivore MD. Did you say that one of your patients was 995? One of my patients had a cholesterol that was 998. Yes, but I have had plenty of patients that had a cholesterol of that are 97 and 98 years old, 101, 102, 103, 104 recently. My 104-year-old recently died. I kind of felt bad. Next question. Send this to other people. Okay. All right, folks. I think that's it. We'll have to close this off. I'll go live, hopefully, on some of these other platforms later. Hold on. We got another follow-up here. Vegan diet, 112 pounds. I think I need a statin. Yeah, you're not going to get any. If you're eating vegan, that's not going down. That is genetic. If you have children, please get your children checked because it is super genetic. If you have it, it's autosomal dominant, meaning that 50% of your kids will have it if only one parent has it. If both parents have it, 75 or more percent of your children will. So if you have kids, please get them checked. They probably have it too. It's super genetic. The sooner you get a hold of it and control it, the better. My LDL is 10. How do I lower it? I don't think it's actually 10, but you don't need to lower it if it is. All right. Any other questions? PHW? I know you had a few questions there. If you have any more, let me know. If not, we will go on to the next 100, saying if your LDL is 100. If your LDL is 100, yeah, it definitely needs to come down. The new upper limit of normal is 100, so you're kind of on the border there. All right, folks, I think that's it. If you guys want, most of the time when we're live on TikTok, there's like hundreds of people on there. Like we were up to 1,000 one time. So go on there. We get tons of like rapid fire questions and we get through them very, very quickly. But happily, I agree. Just jump on there when you guys can. But that's all I got for you. We'll call it a night. And if anybody else wants to chat, feel free to drop me a message. Go to any of my socials. Just follow me there. Add me on everything. My latest book, the cholesterol book, is like almost done. This is about what the cover is going to end up looking like. I think it's going to be called Cholesterol for the Rest of Us or Cholesterol Truth or something like that. But yeah, follow me on all these other platforms and we'll get you guys fixed up and tuned up. Take care, everybody.